Okay, yung slides na present kanina is going to be very helpful for us to further understand and further appreciate mo yung mga programa na i-represent mamaya. So, ano ba yung factors affecting sales na nakita natin for 2023 na talagang has affected the gen trade channel. So, ito yung mga lumalabas, including the processed meats. Sabi nga nila kanina, even the processed meats industry has really been affected by whatever is happening ito yung mga factors. So I don't know if you can see it from the back, maliliit sorry, but you can go forward kung yung makita. So number one factor is really the inflation. The inflation starting this year, January pa lang, it's 8.7% na. Ganun kataas. Then August, very close to this month, nag 5.3. So very good, di ba? Medyo nagtitip. Pero if you notice September, pabalik. Paakyat ulit 6.1%. So we don't have the reading it for October. And let's pray na sana wag naman bumalik ng 8.7. Pero YTD year to date, it's 6.6%. It's still very high for the Filipino market. If you look at ano ba yung relevance in inflation to what's happening to gen trade right now, this is our classes, di ba? The economic classes. So, high income is 1.4% of the population. Middle class is 43%. Low income is 38.4%. And below poverty line is 16.7%. The gen trade channel, di ba? Sabi nga sa hotdog industry o sa processed meats is 70-30. 70% gen trade, wet market, 30% supermarket. That is the number ng industry natin. So, sino ba ang customer natin sa gen trade? Wala ninyo. Sino? Middle? Alin ka the middle? Ito yung biggest. Dito pala tumingin na, if you add the low and this one, the 38.4 and 6.7, that goes to the wet market. That's already 50%. It's a huge chunk. That's why we are very heavily affected by the inflation. Imagine yung hotdog ngayon, magkano na? Nasa range of 150 to 160 na. Magkano ang alam sa kababoy? Yan, explaining further. So, sabi nito, number 2, frozen meat, which is the jaws, yung mga picnic, lahat yan, di ba? Sabi diyan, frozen meat, low price starting quarter 3 of last year until quarter 1 of this year due to oversupply. Alam niyo yan, si Joanna nag-kwenta ng, or to those who are selling meat. Yan, sila, Michelle, alam niyo yan. Talagang bumaha ng karne sa market. That's why, if you look at the prices of pork, dati at 250, bumaba sa market because of oversupply. Maraming in-import na frozen meat na talagang kailangan bitawan talaga. Nag-oversupply talaga. So, yung ang expectation sa kala siguro, maraming demand. Plus, as explained by Rizan, or mamaya, it will be further explained by our GM for Westpac, who is an expert of the meat. Talagang the delay of the production in the sources, natambakan doon na kailangan i-import dito. So, maraming factors. But, again, that affected the process meats. Bakit? The pork before, the beef, ito yung presyo, 250 ngayon, umabot sa hanggang 100 plus. So, ibig sabihin yung the cheapest source of protein, which is the processed meats before, wala tinamaan. Bakit, di ba? Doon ka na lang sa normal na basic meat. Okay, next. Actually, the quarter din, bumaba din na Sino nag quarter dito? Nasa kamay. Ayan, di ba? Bumaba din. So, fresh galunggong, from 2022 as high as 200 peso. Ito sa SRP to sa palengke. As high as 200 peso to 150 peso bumaba siya due to maganda ang huli this year. Maganda ang huli versus 2022. Ibig sabihin kung maraming supply, din mababa ang presyo. So again, that price of 150, if you look at yung galunggong, di ba masarap yan? Yan yung one of the staple foods of the Filipino people. Instead of buying galunggong, di ba, out of processed meats, galunggong ulit. Kasi 150 na. Okay? Nakakuha natin yung picture. Bakit tayo tinatamaan sa gen trade? Then number 4, fuel increases, of course. Malaki ang effect dito sa lahat ng raw material, sa lahat ng distribution, sa lahat ng ating mga ginagawa, transport, everything. So, from 129 USD per liter na dating $1 per liter. So malaking effect sa atin. So with that, I've said, no, ano ba yung dapat nating gawin as a Gen trade distributors? Kasi yun naman talaga yung trabaho natin, no? No, just to make a point, if you look at this, I went to Batangas, no? They call this yung pansit, no? If you look at our dealer, yan. If you look at our dealer selling hot dogs and the rest of the processed meats, is selling a 450 gram pansit na merong gulay na konti. That only costs 20 pesos. So sabi niya, sir, dahil mabagal ang benta na namin sa hotdog, ito na ngayon ang binibenta na. Ito na malakas ngayon. And I was there, sumipila yung tao for this 20 pesos kasi yun na lang yung ma-afford mo. Yung nasa below low poverty and below poverty line. So, can you imagine, no? Nag-create ngayon ng mga dealers natin sa paligid. Siya talagang nag-agree eh. Na nag-create para lang kumita, para lang bumenta. Diba? So, that's one. This is 500 grams by the way, 500 grammer, ang pancit canton, ilang grams? 60 gram ang pancit canton, di ba? That's already 11 pesos. 13 pesos, ito 20 pesos, 500 grams na. So, di ba? Kung ibubad pa, lalagyan mo na ng toyo, pwede na. Isahin mo lang, okay? So, ganun, just to make a point na talagang tinatamaan talaga yung ating main markets that generate our customers, okay? Next. So ano ba yung objective? What is the objective of the pulong-pulong of FFG? Yeah. If you look at our, what's the pins? Lahat may pins naman, no?
Yeah.
Oh, please wear it, ha? Dapat maging proud tayo. We have to be proud that we're from FFG, di ba? So, by the way, an advance announcement, you will have also this uniform, no? Also, maiba, di ba? Maganda ba kulay? Okay.
Yeah.
Mas maganda yung kulay, di ba?
Mas maganda na isa kay Ernest.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's colorful.
So, sa marketing ginagamit natin, di ba? Itong FFG. So, every time we explain and we introduce ourselves, kasi 5 kumpanya to eh, we always say that we are FFG, Frabel Food Group. Okay? So, ano ba yung objective ng FFG this afternoon? Having said yung lahat ng introduction ko kanina, no? 2 things lang, dalawa lang. One is togetherness. Diba? Togetherness, pulong-pulong, sama-sama. Then number 2 is to look for sustainable solutions. Wow, heavy, di ba? Sustainable. Ano yun, di ba? Anong ibig sabihin yun? Wow, di ba? Sustainable solutions. So, just put our thoughts on these 2 things para habang nag-discuss tayo, we have to always be aligned na ito lang yung objective natin ngayong hapon na to. Togetherness and sustainable solutions that FFG can offer to you guys. Okay, so sa part 1, the first project that we would like to propose to you is the Frabel Fish Project. Okay? Maraming naging inspirasyon to. Nag-ikot-ikot tayo sa palengke, and one of the areas that we went is in the area of Laguna, and then we also went to Ilocos kahapon, as far as Ilocos, just to check and Isabela, ano ba nangyayari sa fish project na to, no? So sharing of the trade, there are 4 parts of this presentation. One is to share kung ano ba yung nakita namin sa trade check for you to understand ano ba yung industry ng isda. Second is to propose the route to market model. Ano ba yung model na pinapropose ng FFG based on sa best practices na nangyayari ngayon sa industry ng fish. Then propose pick-up time, and then of course the profit story. Sino may gusto ng pang-apat? Isa lang, may gusto lang kikita. Lahat, di ba? Gusto natin yung pang-apat sa topic. Okay, so let's proceed with ano ba yung nakita natin doon sa palengke, no? Sa fish. Okay? Like this. So, in Binyan wet market, if you look at the, tawag ito bangketa, yung mga resellers ito, ayan yung fresh, ayan yung frozen. Nakita niyo ba?
Yes.
Napansin niyo ba yung
Mas mura.
Mas napansin niyo ba? Di ba parang pag from afar, hindi mo na mapansin, di ba? Frozen yan. Bakit? Kasi meron tayong mga frozen boxes ng fish na nasa likod. So we're just talking about frozen fish. We're not yet going to the fresh, no? Frozen fish business muna titingnan natin. So next slide. So, ganyan siya. Pag titignan niyo mga karton ng frozen fish sa palengke, nakasupot pa yan. Bakit? Kasi nga, yung mga karton yan, pag hinayaan mo siyang hubad, madali siyang malusaw. So ito yung mga best practices na ginagawa ngayon ng mga biyahero natin, ng mga fish sa dealer sa palengke. Kailangan supot yun kasi wala silang freezer, nandun lang siya, nakatenga. Pero with that, it can last until morning. Morning.
Okay.
Para lang hindi lang maubos yung tubig. Kasi ito yun eh. 1 box is 10 kilos. Pag nagto yun, lugi ka na.
4 to 12.
Mga gano'n, more or less, actually 12 o'clock ang start na selling until 8 a.m. So, 8 hours. Okay? Next. So, ito na yung bangketa. These are called the resellers. Ito yung walang pwesto sa palengke. Resellers, gilid sila. Tignan nyo sa likod nila, meron silang mga frozen fish boxes sa likod. Okay? Next. Yan ang itsura ng palengke. Ito nga eh. When we were trying to figure out what's happening to the processed meats industry, ano ba nangyayari ba't bumababa yung benta? So pumunta kami sa fish, sa meat, sa processed meat. Ang tao, andun ang tao yung puno-puno, isdaan. Hindi niyan, we were there at 12 o'clock ng gabi. Hanggang maging 4 eh. Puno pa rin to, yung doon sa processed meats talagang paisa-isa lang yung tao. So ibig sabihin talagang, as mentioned a while ago, di ba, based on the factors, talagang the people are really going back doon sa basics, doon sa fish and meats, no? So yan yung ito yung mga tinatawag namin na resellers. And then if you look notice, there are coolers, no? Na makikita yan, mga coolers, and yan yung mga tools to trade nila. Okay? Next. So, if you look at this, meron tayong salmon head. Diba? Hindi lang siya puro fresh fish, meron yung frozen salmon head. Sold in the bangketa. Okay, next. Yan, the salmon belly. Diba? Ganda, diba? Salmon belly, and then also the salmon head. So, ibig sabihin lang, the frozen fish is already very acceptable in this wet market channel. Okay, next. So ano ba yung proposed route to market model na nakita natin when we were there in Binyan, Laguna? So ito yun. So sabi dito, there are 3 supply models that we saw in how this market is being served. One is a big dealer model. May malaking dealer / biyahero din siya. Ibig sabihin, she's the one may reefer truck siya, pupunta siya sa Navotas to pick up Bob from Navotas, Malabon. And then, see, combination of fresh and frozen fish. And then, meron siyang sariling store na parang dealer natin sa hotdog. Meron siya sariling pwesto. And then, distributes it to the small resellers. Ito yung nakita nyo kanina yung mga sa bangketas. So, ibig sabihin, pagdating ng truck niya, puro frozen yun at saka fresh. Distribute niya doon sa mga resellers. Okay? Gives COD. Ibig sabihin, kumisan, COD yung billing or on-the-day consignment. Imagine nyo yung reseller buys from gets the stock from her at 1 a.m. and then at 8 a.m. kung ano yung natira ng reseller, binabalik pa doon sa dealer. So, ganun yung discard niya. Then, sabi ito, the dealer now, kung ano yung naiwan na isda, binibenta niya sa mga big factories doon sa Laguna. Di ba dami sa Laguna, dahil mga big factories, doon niya dinadala. So, wala siyang tapon, no? So, hence siya natakot to offer the consignment model. Then now, sabi dito, she's happy to have a 50 peso net income. Tananggal na dyan yung cost niya to pick up from Navotas, yung gasolina, yung tao, lahat yun, tinanggal na lahat yun. Natitirahan siya ng 50 peso per box income, masaya na siya. Then sabi ito, ang kanyang volume per day is 150 bucks. So So ilan yun? In tonnage.